Hello, anglers. This is Anglers 48, and welcome to the Anglers 48 show. Thank you for joining us. What are we going to be talking about on this episode? Well, we're going to be recapping on my last fishing adventure. It was to Port Mansfield. Despite those tough and ugly winds, I was able to get out there and at least for the first hour and change, it wasn't really all that bad. We had gloomy skies. I was fishing with some live shrimp, so that was in the back of my mind as I was planning for this fishing trip. Now both places did have live shrimp, I believe, in Port Mansfield, but I didn't get any responses from the regular bait shop, so I went to Harbor's Bait and Tackle. They were open at 5:30 in the morning, and I got my pint of shrimp. So I went by myself. Tony, he had some things to take care of. He said that he was kind of leaning towards maybe doing some freshwater fishing, which he didn't in the end, but nonetheless, no kayak. It would have been a disaster had I taken a kayak. So we don't want to throw any wrenches into our plans. So I took one pole. I did take several artificial lures, soft plastics, and hard baits, but none of them ever touched the water. There was some bait activity, right? There was movement. I was getting some hits, the first couple of minutes, but it wasn't until I started, moving north slowly that I started, connecting with some of these fish. Now, I was anticipating there being a lot of anglers, right? Despite the winds. And it's something that we need to get used to, right? We need to get used to these winds being around us. Sometimes the winds, they'll stop maybe 1 day or 2 days midweek and then continue through the weekend. And that's when I mostly do my fishing, right? In the weekends. So the shrimp were on the small end, and that is okay. I would rather have them on the small end than those jumbo shrimp, right? Simply because unless you're fishing an area where there's big reds and gator trout, chances are you're gonna be they're gonna be short biting, right? They'll eat most of the shrimp, and you'll be left with no fish. So I got there, and as soon as I started seeing the sun wanting to come up, I got in the water. I didn't have too many anglers around me. There was maybe one or two, but we kept our distance. I didn't see too many people catching, so they were there. It was just being patient, and I was pretty patient. I didn't want to continue venturing further north like I normally do, simply because the anglers that were there were heading that way, right? Now, if I would have not kept my pace and been patient, chances are I may have not had the success that I did. And simply because that wind, that chop picked up, in a hurry, right? And then it was just too much chop. The seagrass started to come in, and the anglers started to make their way back, they started to make their way back. So the first fish that I caught, if you haven't seen the video yet, it's already uploaded if you want to check it out. The first fish that I caught, that was the keeper trout. It was a 16.5-inch trout. And the rest of them, I lost the one red. And I caught 2 undersized red. And I did catch another undersized red a little later. But I was so excited, I was surprised that I caught it, that I didn't record, right? So, and I was catching some whitings as well, so multi-species. But in the end, it was pretty good. I was able to get out there. I was hoping to call it a day, right? And hook up with Tony, at least for a few minutes at the canal, but he said plans changed and he didn't go. So it was still fairly early. So what I did was I went to I had tons of shrimp still alive, so I went to the harbor. And I'm like, it's not a bad time to go to the harbor. I got live shrimp. Maybe I can get lucky and complete the limit. But that wasn't the case. It wasn't biting. The weather conditions, the winds, were actually not a problem in the harbor, right? Since it's enclosed, the wind wasn't a problem. The water was somewhat serene, right? Serene. So it would have been awesome if it was biting there. And I was actually hoping in running into some of my friends, right, that usually target the harbor. But no, I was there for maybe about 30 minutes and just decided to call it a day. And yeah. But again, today is Monday. No wind whatsoever right now. There were some storms early in the morning. I'm looking around. Palm trees, not a single leaf is moving. Now, this is the type of weather that I love when I'm out on the water, serene. And like I was telling one of the guys that I saw there at Port Mansfield, that, you're in Port Mansfield, you live in Port Mansfield, it's very unpredictable, right? If you look at Port Mansfield in the dictionary, the word unpredictable should be listed right beside it. The weather, the weather can say, oh, it's, 4-mile-an-hour winds, and it feels like 30. So, like I said, sometimes it's the opposite, guys. Sometimes it's the opposite. I've gone, and I tell Tony, I'm going to go, man. Tony's like, no, it's horrible over there. I know, but I want to go regardless. And I get over there, and it's beautiful. So, I don't know. The weather isn't getting Port Mansfield right. I don't know what's going on. And I look at several apps in the weather. Some of them are, a little. Some of them are similar. There's some differences, but we'll see what this weekend brings. I need to check out some of my reels. They were giving me one of them. The one that I was using was I don't think I put it in the water, but it started to kind of wanted to seize on me. And luckily I took a couple of them so that I could use at the harbor, but it was seizing on me. So I need to look at that one and see what's going on with it. But that's pretty much going to be it, guys. Again, I'm not too much into getting live shrimp unless I can get it with a net. But on this occasion, I'm like, okay, I'll buy the shrimp, because the artificial, for the most part, when there's a lot of seagrass, it's not gonna work. You're constantly having to clean it. The spoon, that's a bait that you may be able to kind of, work in there, because it's the weightless spoon, right? But nonetheless, that's it, guys, for today. Thanks for tagging along. Hopefully we can get on Tony's boat or my boat sometime in the future, and we want to be able to get out to Arroyo City and check out Tony to see if his patch work on his boat worked, because it was taking water, and he wants to go and check that out. So we may go to the East Cut. When is that going to be? Again, not exactly sure at this time. But once again, please check out my video, guys. I did a catch and cook. One trout, but it was really delicious. It was delicious. And hope you liked that video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video, and hit the notification bell. Click on that bell so that you can get the videos as they come in. So I'll leave you with that. Until next time, from far Texas, in the Anglers 48 show, Anglers 48 signing off. Hey, thanks for watching, folks.